continuing to follow breaking news in Champaign. Police have told people to stay in their homes if they're able to. This comes after looting this afternoon and protests as well. And we are going to go right to Paul Cicchini in Champaign with the latest update and on what's going on.
Yeah, we're back here live just outside of the Meijer gas station here at Town Center and North Prospect. And I want you to take a look behind me because there is a distinct difference between now and the last time you joined me. If you take a look at the officers, they all have gas masks on. And just a few minutes ago, they did not. One of the other differences between now and a few minutes ago is the Champaign Special Weapons and Tactics vehicle that is behind us now. So I'll have my photojournalist Anthony turn around. So if you see the gray truck behind us, there's a megaphone on the vehicle, and it's delivering a message. It's obviously not very loud, and you're probably not going to be able to hear it. The microphone's not going to be able to pick it up. But what it's telling people is that it's time to leave the area. They're saying that it's an unlawful assembly. And what these officers are telling this small group just in front of us right now is that they need to leave because the area is being looted. So this is now an unlawful assembly, and everybody has to leave. So what you can probably figure out is that they're putting on the gas masks and they're telling people to leave, and they're telling up it's an unlawful assembly because they're probably going to start using gas to get people to leave if they don't leave on their own. So you can see that some of the officers, now they're moving. So here we go. We're going to walk with them, probably a little bit behind them. And you can see they have some batons out. You can see this officer right here in the back. He's wearing green. He has some kind of a canister dispenser, so that would be used to shoot tear gas or some kind of flashbangs. He also has a canister in his hand. And you can see some of the officers in the rear have batons. There was another officer in the front who had a paintball gun. And again, I'm going to apologize if you hear any explicit language because we really don't have, okay. There was a glass bottle that was thrown at an officer. So one of the officers just threw a couple cans there have been thrown. Now some gas bottles are being thrown at the officers, cans are being thrown at the officers, and you can see that gas has now been deployed by the officers. A large can was just thrown by someone in the direction of the officers. You can see the gas. So we kind of prepared you for this a few moments ago by telling you that the officers were putting gas masks on because you were going to expect the gas. They are ready to break this crowd up and send people home. It's about 7 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken, and they want to get people out of here before it's dark, because once it's dark, they're going to have a lot more trouble seeing people. And they want people out of here in time before it's dark, obviously. So you can see they pushed them now toward the Applebee's. We've crossed Town Center. They've thrown some gas out, and now they're moving back to Town Center. They're obviously going to be walking right in front of us here, and they appear to be holding this line right at Town Center. And they're telling us to move back a little bit, but now we're in the street. I can assure you there's nobody behind us at this point, so we're okay. Town Center at Prospect is being blocked. And again, people are being given instructions to go home. We're going to continue to follow the officers here. Not too close because, as I told you, people are throwing cans and bottles in their direction.
Paul, we are going to stay with this live picture from you.
Standing their ground as much as they can at this point. But we told you that the officers are giving people an order that right now it is unlawful for them to continue gathering out here because so many businesses have been broken into or looted. We're talking about Best Buy, Shoe Carnival, Binny's. People tried to break into, we heard, Walmart, Meijer, Kohl's, TJ Maxx, Macy's, Moser's Shoes, Gordman's. All of these businesses were either broken into or people attempted to break into them. We're in the middle of Prospect right now, but the street is being blocked by police. You can see that people are continuing to antagonize the police, and they're encouraging us to continue moving. We're staying behind them. The police are blocking off the street, and we're continuing to walk with them. We're trying to move, and they're telling us to move, so we're moving, trying to listen to their instructions and move. So we're moving off of Prospect right now. And we just watched somebody get pepper sprayed. I'm not sure, Anthony, if you caught that, but the people who did not get out of the street got pepper sprayed.
And we're going to stay with this picture
so it's important
that
to
Paul
note
has.
that so far, police have used less than lethal force. And Anthony, maybe you can see, I mentioned an officer with a paintball gun. He's directly in front of our camera now. I mentioned on my Facebook Live earlier that the pod on top of the paintball gun is the hopper. That's where the paintballs are kept. He has a canister in his hand, some kind of smoke canister. You saw a couple of those thrown when we were on the other side of Prospect. We are right now in the parking lot at Burger King. And you can see that this is where, Anthony, maybe you can pan to our right. You can see this parking lot at Burger King is where, at least for now, these protesters are making a stand. And a couple people are holding signs, Black Lives Matter signs, and some folks have said the name George Floyd. Of course, that was the man who died in police custody in Minneapolis, St. Paul last week. Sparked nationwide protests and presumably inspired this protest in Champaign, but again, looting at several stores up and down Prospect. And police right now have made the announcement and told several of these people that it is now unlawful to gather in Champaign because of all the looting. And the police are moving again. So I seemingly have given these people an opportunity to leave, and now that opportunity has seemingly passed because they are advancing their line. And in Champaign right now, we have seen officers from Champaign, Urbana, Mahomet, the University of Illinois, and Parkland College. Because as I mentioned, the sheer number of protesters in the city has vastly outnumbered the police force. And again, I want to apologize for any explicit language that has been used. We obviously have no control over that. But police have had to leave other officers stationed outside of businesses all across this northern part of Champaign to make sure that people don't go back into any of the businesses that have been broken into. Because we've seen, as police have had to move with the crowds and leave a business entrance, that people have gone back in and tried to take something from inside and bring it back out. A couple of the officers with a paintball gun, you can see, are now positioned with the paintball gun, more ready, not so much relaxed anymore, but possibly ready to shoot.
We don't have
And again, I want to apologize for any explicit language, but it's also important to mention that this is not public property. I think there's some people want to stay here, but the police are obviously trying to force them to go. They've already said that this is an unlawful gathering at this point because of all the looting that's taken place. So the police have told these people to leave, and now people are starting to go.